been who has been the best player for each Premier League side? It's a good question to ask because there's been so many for so different teams. We're gonna go through them all the different teams in the Prem in alphabetical order, and I'll give you my best player that's played for their team this season. We're gonna start off with Bournemouth. You could go Marcus Tavernier, could go Neto. Neto's been very good this season, but I've gone obviously Dominic Solanke. I'm not just going with people who have scored goals. This isn't just a list of strikers. Arsenal, again, Saka maybe, obviously Gabriel and Saliba have been the best partnership. Neither one of them is better than Van Dijk though, let's be realistic. But I've gone William Saliba, not Declan Rice. I think Declan Rice, he's good, but he's not as good as people are making him out to be. That's just how it is really. Aston Villa could go Ezri Konsa, Douglas Luiz. Leon Bailey has found, some form. He's going through a purple patch at the moment, banging in goals. Ollie Watkins is my player though. His overall goal contribution is up there. He's one of the best strikers in the Prem. Regardless of how you feel about him, he is up there. Brentford, I've gone with Christian Norgard, even though he has been injured as of recent. I still think he has been, really holding down the fort in that Brentford midfield. Brighton, again, another person who's held down the midfield since obviously McAllister and Caicedo left. Pascal Gross, has stepped up with 10 assists in the Premier season. He's really excelling. He's always been, in and out of good numbers, but this season, he's just leveled up a little bit, and there's not many people around him that are doing the same, so he's just standing out a little bit more. Burnley, they're all dog, but I've gone with Josh Cullen. Average performances consistently, and that's what you really need in a player, just consistency, and he offers that. An average 6.8. That is Josh Cullen. Chelsea, the only player really who it could be is Cole Palmer. Really dragged them through this season. He's got a very high ceiling and a very good chance of being on that plane to go towards Euro 2024. I look forward to seeing more of him, and obviously City, it just shows that you don't need to spend £100 million on a player. You just don't. Like, Chelsea picked him up for 40 mil and he's been their best player this season, without shadow of a doubt. And they spent £100 each on Enzo and Caicedo, and they've both been mediocre. Really, it really just shows that you don't need to spend the money to have an exceptional player. You just have to have good scouting. Crystal Palace, Eberici Eze, good gun Michael Elise, maybe Hakim Anderson, but Eze's just, he's so good. His in and out dribbling, tight spaces, is up there in the Premier League this season. It's just a shame he will not be on that plane going towards Euros in Germany. Everton, I've gone with Abdoulaye Doucouré. Despite being a CDM, his attacking output is, very good for an Everton side who I've been struck by bad form recently. They just lose or draw. They're draw merchants this season. Fulham, I've gone with Bernd Leno. Rodrigo Muniz has picked up a lot of goals recently. He was at 8 goals in 7. But it will end. It will end at some point. That Boise though, what a goal. last minute equaliser against Sheffield United, but that will be in a different video. If you want that, let me know. For Luton, that's not alphabetical order. Liverpool, Mo Salah. To be fair, the whole team of Liverpool has just, surprised me this season, I guess. Conor Bradley, Kelleher, obviously McAllister is an underrated baller, and I'll say it every day of the week. But yeah, Mo Salah is just keeping consistent with those higher numbers, even in his, 32, 33 now, still putting in his high numbers. I don't think he will slow down for another 2 years. But also, I do think he'll leave Liverpool this season, at the end of the season in the summer. Luton, Ross Barkley, could go Alfie Doughty. But Ross Barkley, you've just seen obviously when he was at Nice, no one really was paying attention to him, so he's just kind of gone under the radar. Come back into the Prem with Luton, and he's just gone back up again. He's been very good this season for a lackluster Luton side. Man City, I've gone with Phil Foden. Just, if you talk about tight space dribbling, Phil Foden is one of the best. And to think he's only 23, I reckon he will be in a Ballon d'Or contention at some point in his career. Probably in the next 5 years, when he's 28, 27. That's when he'll, really, really come through. I don't think he'll leave Man City ever. I think he'll stay there. He might retire somewhere Bando, but he'll stay there. Man United, I've gone with the youngster, not Kobbie Mainoo, Alejandro Garnacho. I don't really like him. I think he's an arrogant knob, but he has a high football ability and a massive ceiling considering how young he is and how talented he is. That Man United team is just kind of becoming a team of youngsters. They're just kind of picking out, they've got a majority young team at the moment. Obviously having Rasmus Højlund up front, 21. Garnacho, I can't remember. Obviously Anthony's still young. He's still got 23. He's still got time to kind of, even though he is dog, despite him having a Trivela assist against Chelsea for Alejandro Garnacho, weirdly enough. Nottingham Forest, I've gone with Morgan Gibbs-White. And if Nottingham Forest were to go down, he will end up at City. Or United, or, to be fair, he would be a good fit for Villa. Despite him playing for Wolves earlier in his career. He is a very good player, but you don't really see much about him. His underlying stats aren't exactly, exceptional. But you just know what you're getting when you've got Morgan Gibbs-White on the team sheet. Sheffield United, I've gone with Gustavo Hamer. Again, they're all dog. Could go Diaz, but he hasn't really played enough games. He's come in. Hamer was a recent transfer, wasn't he? Didn't he come in last summer? Yeah, he's good. I'd like to see more of him. Again, young. I think he is 22. Maybe, I don't actually know. Don't quote me on it. Spurs, could go Son, Van de Ven, Vicario. For the whole Spurs team, they've been good. They just haven't been getting the results that they exactly need. But I've gone with James Maddison. We all know about James Maddison, but he's old. He's 27. He's not going to really have much of an international career due to him playing for Leicester the majority of his career. It's top 6 tax, and he hasn't really been given the time of day until he's moved to Spurs. West Ham, I've gone with Jarrod Bowen. Obviously playing out on the right and up front. He's really excelled in his numbers this season. but his overall attacking output and the way he has the momentum to swerve a game, it's good, and I do like Jarrett Bowen a lot. Wolves, I've gone with Pablo Sarabia. It's just not much about Wolves at the moment. I would usually go with Pedro now, but obviously he's been injured, so I can't really go Pedro now. That'd be a bit stupid. But yeah, you could go with Jose Sarr, Max Kilman, Ryan Ayanori. Ayanori's good. I'm excited to see what his career has in stock for us. But Pablo Sarabia really brings that PSG experience to that Wolves side that they just need. That last kind of 10 minutes of a game, that's where they need that, experience to be aggressive, be, forward thinking and try and get that goal rather than just sit back, drop into a 5 and just don't concede. And Pablo Sarabia changes that, he switches that up, makes him more direct, which I do like in football. So yeah, that's my best player at every team. Let me know what you want for another video. See you.